Yes, now family ammo, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today we're going to do a reaction on the fight from last night, Saudi Arabian show, Riyadh season, Usyk Fury, and the whole card leading up. So starting off was Peter Mcgrail against Reece Edwards, and it was an amazing fight actually, it was a brilliant fight, and Reece Edwards done himself proud. I've seen a lot of people online after the saying they'd like to see the fight again in a rematch where Reece Edwards would get the time to train properly for a fight, but that's sort of taking a great win away from Peter Mcgrail, because Peter also went up 2 weights and he boxed at 2 weights, probably didn't go up weight, but he just didn't make the weight cut, so to speak. So he weighed in 2 weights heavier against the fella who was naturally 1 weight heavier. So no, Peter's done amazing in that fight. He boxed great. He started really fast. He came through a cut. Reece Edwards had to ride a storm early on, but he stayed calm and disciplined doing it, and he didn't let Peter carry the pace away, a bit like Usyk does with his feet. Peter does the same thing, doesn't he? Brilliant with the feet. So it was good to see Peter Mcgrail get that win, another scouser on these rare cards. Fantastic. 2 from their gym now, so it's an amazing thing for Liverpool. And hopefully when Riyadh season is all done and them shows aren't going ahead no more, we have to appreciate them while they're here, by the way, because hopefully when they are done one day, Peter can come back home to Liverpool and headline bills himself. So yeah, great little fight, great win for Peter, buzzing for Peter, especially the way it all went. Nearly went Pete Tong for him, didn't it? The fight fell through with Dennis, and he didn't get the fight that he wanted. It was going to be for Dennis's European and British titles, but yeah, he clawed something out of it, and it was great to get a massive amount of exposure on the biggest cards, one of the biggest cards ever, really. So yeah, it was a great win for Peter. Well done to Peter Mcgrail. Then who was next? We had McGregor versus Isaac Lowe. Maybe that was the first one, was it? McGregor versus Isaac Lowe, and they both came out fast. I don't know if they didn't feel it, but it looked to me like they shook each other early on. It looked like it was a bit of a shootout, and I thought this is not going to go the distance this, because they were both orthodoxes. They were made for each other, right hand to right hand, and Lowe's pace stopped a little bit as he came out with high intensity to meet McGregor, but McGregor sort of put him in his place, and then in the end McGregor was too many rounds up by time that halfway point had gone. I think he was more than the head on the cards, and he knew that he could just take a bit of a few rounds off, sort of thing, and just bring Low on. He didn't have to force the fight. He'd already forced the fight. He'd already had the fight won. He just had to see the rounds out. He didn't go for the stoppage anymore. He just bring them onto one shot and trying to get a bit of rest. But McGregor came on late, and he showed a lot of art trying to get the stoppage, and his gum shield kept coming out, didn't it? Which is it's very, in them situations it's frustrating, because it's unintentional, but you're fucking yourself over at the same time. So it's very, very frustrating. You could see he went back to the corner. I think it was round 9, just finished. He kicked the stool, didn't he, where he was unhappy with the gum shield coming out. He got points taken off him for that. But the scorecard in the end, I would say, it was quite right, quite correct. Also with the Peter Mcgrail fight, I gave it 7 rounds to 3 for Mcgrail. I think the final cards was 6-4 to Mcgrail. So yeah, I was biased with the Peter Mcgrail fight, because my dad was watching it with me, and he had it for what it was on the scorecards. But I had maybe sometimes when you're watching someone you want to win, you just watch them, don't you? I think I might have been a little bit the same with Fury, because I wanted him to win so much. But yeah, same situation there. But that fight with McGregor and Lowe, it was a good little fight, and I think that they got bad cuts, didn't they? But I think that they showed that they both have got a bit left, so it was good to see that Lowe's not finished there, and he's got something to come back to, as he did finish strong and show that he's still worthy of these title fights and stuff like that. And also Lee McGregor shows that He's going to go on to do well. He's a featherweight now. I think he's had his most success at bantamweight, and I think he was landing so clean, but he weren't putting Lowe away with them shots, which is it was quite telling. And I don't know if maybe Lowe had a great chin or the power's just not there at featherweight, but he's definitely going to do well in the featherweight division. Then moving on, we have then, you know what, my lad sat on the remote. I was in my dad's house watching the fight. My lad sat on the remote and the telly went off and I didn't know how to get it back on, so I missed. I'm just going to skip the next fight, aren't I seen the highlights when it came back on. Who was the next fight? Oh no, sorry, no. So we had then Fisher. We had the wrongful bull against the Rhino. It was an amazing fight. So Johnny Fisher was bigger, faster, sharper, stronger. I think he had everything in his favour going into the fight physically. He had everything in his favour. And if you were going to choose, if you was a character playing the game, you wanted to choose a character, you'd have chose Johnny Fisher. But I just had a feeling, and I did say this on the build up to the fight before the fight. I said David Allen is a smart man. I think if it goes to points, he'll win the fight. But I thought, other than that, it'd be the Fisher knockout. And he just was so shrewd in there, very smart, and he chose when to go, when to take a bit of stick as well, and when to defend, and when to hold back. And he was just he showed his experience in there. Experience counts for a lot, and he showed that because he had nothing else in his favour apart from experience and a very clever brain, by the way. Not everyone gets to see what goes on inside the fighter's head, but he showed like the benefits of having experience and a smart brain. A fox he was, and that's when my lad sat on the remote just before the decision got made. He sat on the remote, so I had to go to social media to see he was couldn't get the telly back on for another hour until my alpha came back. So then proper making a bad job of this YouTube here, aren't I? But it was just being honest. So then I went to social media to see the scores, and everyone was saying robbery, and I didn't know what the final scorecard was. I think I looked, and one was maybe 2 rounds for Fisher, which was nowhere near. I did give him a draw. I did give Fisher a draw at the most. But I definitely gave the fight to David Allen, especially having him over as well. But I think it was an amazing performance, and I felt sorry for David Allen big time. And I also felt sorry for Nigel and Jamie too, because they haven't had the best decisions, have they, when it comes to judges. They must be pulling their hair out, sort of thing. But I'm not taking away nothing from Johnny Fisher either, because he was like showing a massive amount of art. And about halfway through the fight, after 4 rounds, I thought Johnny Fisher's done here. When he went over, he got back up, and when he was going back to the corner, you could see Tibbs' experience in the corner. It just wasn't enough to give Johnny Fisher. You need that experience as a fighter yourself, and he's giving him advice and he's telling him what to do, but you can't do it for him, you know. And it was like he had to go out and learn, and he did, and he put a lot into every shot. Maybe that's what he'll learn. He can relax a little bit sometimes. He doesn't have to put everything into every shot, and maybe in the future he can learn to pace himself. But that'll go in his favour more than anything, going the distance there, because, well, he never went the distance, just 10 rounds, but that'll go in his favour, you know. Maybe he can also plan for plan B sometimes now, and it's a great experience for him, and he showed a lot of art. And that being said, that I thought David Allen won the fight. Congratulations to Johnny Fisher for actually winning the fight, because I think people see the hype sometimes. He's got a lot of hype, he sells a lot of tickets, he's matching and stuff like that, but you know, getting a decision over David Allen is a massive achievement in British boxing. And yeah, so congratulations to both men who played their part in a brilliant fight. It was a fantastic fight. The next one I missed was Atuma. I did want to watch that fight because I haven't seen him before, and I didn't miss much anyway, did I? And I think I missed it. Maybe I missed another fight, did I? But then we got the fight back on for Fury Usyk. Well, I got the fight back on for some fella playing the drums. Now, can anyone tell me who the fella was playing the drums? Because it drags out. It really, really drags out. I'd rather seen another fight. I'd rather seen somebody else get the chance to fight than watch that fella playing the drums. Don't get me wrong, he was good on the drums, like, you know what I mean. I don't. It could be Mark Knopfler's fella, I wouldn't know, but someone let me know who this fella was. Maybe I'd appreciated a bit more if he had it. If I was into the music, I don't know. But anyway, we entered the Fury fight, and both of them going in there. They both looked tired to me. I don't know what it was. They had that tired look in their eyes. Sometimes you see fighters on a fight, and as a fighter, there's this look in the eyes. A fighter looks tired, and I normally cop onto it early on. It's not his night tonight. Things are about to go south for him because he's just not there. He's not up for it. His eyes look tired, and like a lot of times, a lot goes into these fights, and the build up and the backstage and the media and the workouts and public workouts and the fight week press conferences and all that. Sometimes it gets the fighters and it makes them tired and spent by the time they get in the ring, and there's been a lot of expectation on them, and sometimes it goes like that. And they both had this look in the eye, and Fury went first on ring walk, and I thought, he looks tired, looks really tired. And then I seen that Usyk had the same look in his eye. I don't know if fans would be looking at it from this point of view, but as a fighter, I know what I'm talking about, and other fighters know what I'm talking about. But Usyk had a little bit too, so I was a bit glad as a Fury fan. He looks a bit tired as well, and I think it was a brilliant fight. I had Fury up 3 rounds from the first 3 rounds. I didn't give Usyk a round till the 4th round. Now the first round, I couldn't call it. It couldn't go either way, and Mcgrail gave it a draw. He gave it 10-10 rounds either way, and I thought, nah, it's going to be a terrible scorecard this from my dad, because he started it on the back foot. But I just had to give it to Fury. I don't know why. Maybe because I had the Fury tinted glasses on. But 3-0 I had him up. I think at the halfway point I had him up. I felt like he just needs to win a few here and keep a lead, and he has got this. He's doing lovely work off his double jab, and when he was aggressive, he got Fury on the defense. He got Usyk on the defense. Usyk's work wasn't effective when he was, unless he had Fury on the back foot. And I think I was worrying for Fury because I thought it's the right tactics to get the weight back on you and go in there heavy. It's brilliant tactics because it's the only way you're going to beat Usyk, by having that weight and imposing yourself physically. But also having the weight on him was worrying because he also might have lacked the stamina to keep up with Usyk's pace, you know. So you can have all the weight on you, can't you? But if you're hitting fresh air, then it's going against you, so to speak. And Usyk's the master at making you miss and making you pay, isn't he? And putting that pressure on you and keeping a high pace. And he's done a great job, Fury, of keeping the pace down, nullifying Usyk. He wants to get into this hot pace, and Fury was like, no, we're not playing. And he done that by not moving away this time. He done that by putting himself in a position to counter everything to stop Usyk's work. And he done it for the first half of the fight. Going into the second half of the fight, Usyk did impose himself on Fury. Going into the later rounds, I think it was going into the 10th round, I had them even after 10. Usyk won the 11th for me, clearly. It was a good round for Usyk. And then going into the last round, I needed Fury to have a draw, and Fury come out with so much heart, that pace, and it's seen going into the last round that he did manage to impose himself on Usyk. By the way, he managed to get to him physically, and you see the fatigue in Usyk. He had a little bit more weight on, and I don't think that benefited Usyk, but I think he had to put that weight on because he knew that Fury was going to put that weight on too, just to hang with him, weight for weight, because he looked a lot bigger than him this time. And I gave Fury the last round. I thought that the shots that he was landing was more telling, due to the fact that he was a heavier fighter. and so I gave her a draw. I didn't agree with the scorecards, but I could say I gave her a draw on a great performance. Fury gave him a draw at best. I seen a draw, otherwise it's a Usyk win. It was an Usyk win or a draw, that's what I gave it, but I did give it a draw on my scorecards. But going by the landscape now of the heavyweight division, you just need one Usyk to change the whole layout of the heavyweight division. The mass monsters won't survive in heavyweight boxing when you've got a Usyk around, so a lot of fighters could now look to be lighter. You could go back to the lighter heavyweight days like we did in the past. So yeah, you just get a fighter like that, and then you all of a sudden you get a value who starts knocking people out, and then people have to put weight on, and that's how the heavyweights change. And all of a sudden you get someone like Evander Holyfield who comes along again, like a Usyk type of cruiserweight who comes up, and then they're just too good and everyone has to get a lot lighter to contend with these fighters. So yeah, styles do make fights, and also in the heavyweight division styles change the whole lay of the land. So yeah, I did think that I had a draw, like I say, but I would have thought it was the wrong decision for Fury to win, but I'm not arguing with it. Usyk win either, but it was an amazing fight. It was an amazing event, and the Saudis proved once again they're the best promoter in the world. And not only congratulations to them, congratulations to every promoter who's worked together on making this happen, all the managers who've made it happen. No ego. I think it's because the money's involved, isn't it? The money's too good to have an ego right now. Everyone puts the ego aside to make these fights, but yeah, it's brilliant, and long may it last. Hopefully I'll be over there myself soon. It's something that I really want a piece of right now, like every fighter in the world does. But yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and please like, subscribe and leave a comment. As always, have a nice night, Family Ammo.